Welcome to this Pilates class for the abs. In this practice, we're going to be sculpting and toning the midsection, working through a variety of moves, working the abdominals and the powerhouse. So, if you're ready to get started, let's begin. I'd like you to come firstly down onto your mat into neutral pose. So placing your legs just inside your hips, out on the mat in front of you. Bend your knees if that feels good for you today. Pull your belly button in towards your spine and just lifting your belly button and stomach in, engaging the core. And now breathing through your ribs. And now we're going to take 10 pelvic tilts. So push your pelvis up towards the ceiling, keeping your core contracted and engaged. Tighten your glutes and your hip muscles. As you do this, hold for 5 seconds. And then pushing your pelvis down towards the mat, lifting your belly up towards the ceiling, engaging your core, and we're going to repeat 10 of those. And a useful visualization is to imagine the pelvis is balancing a bowl filled with water. When the pelvis is tipped, the water will come towards your belly. And when the pelvis is tipped in the other direction, the water goes between your legs. And always keep in mind that nice curvature of the lower spine. There should be a gap between yourself and the mat. The next move we're going to take is the 100. So bring your head up with your chin down. Using your abdominal muscles, curl your upper spine off the floor to the base of your shoulder blades. Exhale. And then inhale to prepare. And now pull your abs and extend your arms and legs. Reach your legs towards where the wall and the ceiling meet in front of you. And extend your arms straight and low, just a few inches off the floor. Hold this position and then exhale and start pumping. Do a cycle of 10 full breaths. Each cycle is 5 short in breaths and then 5 short out breaths. The arms pump up and down in union with your breath. Keep your abs scooped at all times and keep breathing. This is a dynamic warm-up for the abdominals and lungs. If you need to bend your knees in this pose, then please do so. And just take 10 more. Wonderful. Now come down to lying on your back. Have your arms reached out by your side and your collarbones broad. Exhale now and lift the upper body by hinging from the bottom rib once again. Exhale and straighten the leg toward the ceiling. And if this feels like too much strain, put a slight bend in the back of the knees. Inhale here to prepare. Exhale twice as one leg comes closer to you and the other one reaches further away. Inhale, both legs back to the center, and then exhale and switch legs. Inhale now back to the center, and I'd like you to repeat that 20 times. And this exercise is great for building core endurance and strengthen the abs, especially the oblique abs. Beautiful. Now coming back down into tabletop and lie on your back with your legs straight. Let your belly drop down towards the floor and make sure your shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears. Check your alignment, and when you're ready, bring your arms straight up over your head so that your fingertips are pointing at the wall behind you. And this is your beginning position for the roll-up. Inhale to prepare, and then begin to bring your arms up over your head. And as your arms come up, let the chin drop towards your chest. Exhale, and continue in one smooth motion, in an up and over motion towards your legs. Pulling your abs, remember, and deepen the curve of your spine as you exhale. Reach for the toes, keeping your head tucked. And then bring the breath fully into your pelvis and back. And then exhale and begin to set one vertebra after another down onto the floor, lifting your arms over your head, keeping the upper body controlled. Don't drop down to the mat. The arms are outstretched. And follow the natural motion of movement down back to the floor. And repeat that 10 times, coming up, scooping in and over with your arms. And ideally, keeping your legs straight throughout this exercise, but if you need to bend your legs, don't worry, or if you need to use a flex band or a stretch band to help you up, please use that. And now coming in to our next position, which will be crisscross. And this is amazing for the external obliques, waistline and the powerhouse. Put your hands behind your lifted head, elbows will be wide and your knees bent into your chest. Now inhale to prepare, exhale, lift and twist from your waist, not your neck and shoulders. Extend your right leg out long, hovering up your mat, and twist your upper body until the right elbow touches the left knee. Inhale, hold for 3 counts, exhale, and now switch sides. Bringing your left elbow to your right knee whilst extending the opposite left leg out in front of you. Hold for 3 counts, and now repeat this 10 times. And if you need to, maybe keep one of the feet flat on the mat, which will stabilize the hips and allow you to understand the connection with your body better. That's wonderful. Now coming down to lie up face up on the mat, with your arms extended back over your head. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together, letting your knees drop out to the side so that you form a diamond shape. And now we're going to try some butterfly sit-ups. Crunch your abs into a sitting position as you reach forward with both hands to your feet. Inhale to prepare, and now exhale and slowly lower back into a starting position. And we'll repeat 15 of these. Now this is an amazing exercise to develop that six-pack, so keep going because it develops every muscle in your core. And exhale, well done. The next pose we're going to come into is teaser. So extend your legs out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale to prepare. Exhale now and lengthen your spine And begin scooping your abdominals in and up so that your upper body starts to roll off the mat. Simultaneously, your arms come up parallel to your legs. And keep your shoulders down. Opening up your chest as you come up to the top, lifting your head and chin slightly to express length in your spine. And now exhale and roll down. Start from the abs and make sure you use your control, rolling down sequentially through the spine. And keep your legs together. And keep them almost zipped together. Now this is an amazing exercise to stretch your hips and your abs. And just repeat that 5 times. And imagining your hands and legs on a clock, maybe at 10 till 2. Wonderful, that is great. And now we're going to come into our forward fold. So just take a few breaths, relax, center and align yourself. And then rolling up on the mat, we want to provide a contrast stretch to the teeter. Come into a seated pose with your feet out in front. Lengthen your spine as you inhale and fold forward, hinging from the hips and not curling from the back. Keeping the length in the front of the body. And now let your arms slide down along the floor. If your hands reach your feet, then that's great, but they might just reach your shins or your knees. Sink deeper into this pose with every breath. And now, draw your feet in towards your center, bringing the soles of your feet together, forming that diamond shape again. Diving your hands now under your legs and take hold of the outsides of your ankles. Now roll back just enough so that your feet come off the mat and find their balance. Your feet will remain close together, but your knees will be shoulder width apart. Get your balance here. And now clap your feet together 3 times. Exhale, keep the abdominals contracted and roll back with your vertebra onto the mat. And now coming up and return to the starting position. Clapping your feet together 3 times and performing this pose for 8 repetitions. And if this is too much to clap when you come up, just rolling forward and up. And this will challenge you to maintain your C-curve and abdominal contraction. Well done. Now coming down for a cool down onto your mat. And the first pose we'll take is a wind relieving pose. So low down onto your mat, draw the knees into your chest. And once released, bring the shoulder blades down, drawing the sacrum and tailbone towards the mat, lengthening your spine, just feeling your knee in your chest. Take 3 breaths and then change sides. Now coming back onto the mat, we'll take our reclined pigeon pose. So cross your right foot over towards your left knee and flexing your right foot. Reach behind the hamstring on your left leg and hug it towards your chest as you open your right knee. Letting your shoulders rest on the mat and relaxing the shoulder blades down. Relax here for 5 breaths. And now, change sides. Just melting down into the floor, thanking yourself for the exercises you've done today and the work you've done. And now hugging your knees, both of them into your chest, cross the right leg over your left. And then drop your knees over to the left and relax your legs towards the ground. Open your arms into a cactus shape. Soften the shoulders down to the mat and look over your right shoulder. Stay here for a few deep and nurturing breaths. And now, using your core to draw back to center, unwind your legs and then repeat on the other side, dropping your knees over to the right and looking over your left shoulder. Remember to bring your arms into a cactus position. Inhale for 5 breaths. And now engage your core, come back to center, just giving yourself a hug with the knees before we come into our final resting pose. Shavasana. Releasing both legs slowly to the floor, resting hands either side of the body, palms facing upwards, and allowing your feet to naturally roll out. Close your eyes, soften the shoulders and hips and your jawline, and allow the muscles to relax as you reconnect with your breath. Just relax. Any thoughts come your way and distract you, just bring yourself back to this moment and the gratitude of the exercise that you've undertaken today for your body and mind. Don't judge yourself if your thoughts do drift. Just shepherd them back to the here and now. Begin to take your breath a bit deeper now. And take 5 more deep breaths. Slowly then begin to wiggle your hands and your feet, and then your arms and your legs. Now bringing your knees to your side, come into a fetal position. And then sitting up, back into a cross-legged pose. Just find your center here. Breathe into the ribs, still engaging the core. Bringing the palms now up and over your head. Bringing the palms together as we bow and say Namaste. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. for this workout for the abdominals. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or leave any comments of classes that you would like to see. I'd love to hear from you. I wish you all my love and light. Namaste.